It's past 6 morning, watching breakfast. So dentists in England are able to reopen today, although not all of them are taking the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, while some are welcoming patients again, other practices blame the lack of PPE for staying shut. Well, Dan Johnson is at one dental practice, that's in Essex this morning, that is opening its doors. Morning to you, Dan.
Good morning. Yes, they've got lots of work to do here to try and get ready. They're just sorting out some of the social distancing measures, trying to work out how they will actually start seeing patients again, because there's been virtually no dentistry since the end of March, and restarting has been really difficult. They've got to have measures in place. This is one treatment room that's been given over to just staff putting on protective equipment, so they can't see any patients in there. That treatment room on that side will be for taking off the protective equipment, so that's another treatment room that can't be used for patients. Through here is one that will be seeing patients from this afternoon, and Sanjay is the boss here. Just give us an idea, Sanjay, of how much work you've had to do to get ready.
Tons and tons of work. I mean, we only got our guidelines on Thursday, which is a really short time to get everything implemented. We've got new policies, new standards, new protocols, and with all of that, we've got to train the whole team with a completely new way of working, a completely new patient journey, a completely new patient flow, how to take off equipment, as you've just said, and put it back on, and so much training has had to go into that. So we've had to get a lot of new PPE. That's been quite difficult to source.
And expensive, right?
It's really expensive. I mean, as it stands, we cannot function as a business if we have to continue bearing the cost of the PPE. We're working in good faith to actually restart today, and we're hopeful that the government, the NHS, will sort of help us out with the PPE in the end.
We'll come to that, but if I'm one of your patients expecting dentistry to resume today, is that actually realistic? When am I going to get seen?
No, unfortunately, it's absolutely not realistic. We've got a whole backlog of patients. There's emergency patients to be seen, there's people in discomfort, and then there's people with mid-course of treatment. Realistically, with the current protocols and procedures that we have, this practice would have seen 160 to 200 patients a day.
That's in normal times?
Normal times. Now we're going to be able to see it about a handful. So we've got to really prioritise those that are in urgent care, that are mid-course of treatment. So if, you know, as a patient, I know it's frustrating, but please just hold your horses a little bit so that we can get through this backlog of patients, and patients really need it first, and hopefully we can resume routine dentistry soon enough.
And you'd think the current new conditions mean that dentistry is not even really viable for you as a business?
Absolutely not. I mean, one of the key factors is if we do an aerosol generating procedure, we've got to leave the room vacant for an hour. That's most of the stuff that we do. So if we leave the room for an hour, we've got a big problem. We can't see the same number of patients that we would do otherwise.
Understood. Thank you, Sanjay. We appreciate you having us here this morning, especially when things are so difficult for patients. We were told that dentistry was going to resume in England, but it looks like it could be a long time yet before you get any sort of normal routine treatment, certainly.
Well, listen, Dan, thank you very much. Let's talk about that actually also as well with Dr. Milad Sharoon, who's a dentist in Ascot. His practice